Hi, and thanks for joining me once again for Lost and Forgotten Treasures. This week I'll be taking a break from the elusive tales that have captivated and mesmerised us, as well looking back at some of the lost and forgotten treasures of the season so far, to recap on what we've covered and potentially offer direction on where we may be heading. Before I dive in, I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you, the listeners, because without you, Lost and Forgotten Treasures would just be a guy in a recording booth, basically talking to himself. Regardless, the response so far has been awesome. So, thank you. And with that said, let's embark on recapping on the stories we've covered so far. Now, if you've been following from the beginning, like me, you may have learned a thing or two from the tale of El Dorado, a lost city of gold, which, as it turns out, happens to have quite the origin story. I certainly originally thought that images depicted by Hollywood were the truth behind this evasive tale, but as it stands, I was pleasantly surprised to learn that not everything is as it seems. To the treasure of the Battle of Little Bighorn, an event which grips the folds of American history books, bringing to light the foundations of a nation whose origins are steeped in bloody battles, lawless landscapes, and strategic political campaigns. Nonetheless, a place deeply embedded with fascinating history. Through to remarkable discoveries which shroud human origins, with the mysterious displacement of the Peking Man fossils, artifacts of which hold clues to our own past, and potentially even our future, as the search continues to recover the bones of early man. Also, the tales of immensely ornate and valuable regalia jewels, which once adorned grand masters in the great stone halls of history, halls which saw the spawning of knights of a noble and exclusive society. The Order of St. Patrick, a story with a backdrop in Ireland and links to British royalty, uncovers plots, twists, and conspiracies that lend themselves to a downward spiraling tale of deception and misconduct, as the distinctive jewels find themselves at the discretion of a tipsy and flamboyant guardian. To the wind-swept bows of the 1715 Spanish treasure fleet, which, laden with precious cargo, suspicious crewmen, and bold captains, find their way sailing along one of the world's most infamous and unforgiving coastlines, finding their stories' pages soaking and torn at the beckon of a raging storm. Storms even beastly krakens avoid at all costs. On to the story of one of the world's greatest warriors, in the saddle, Genghis Khan, a fearless leader who united his people in pursuit of ruling over vast lands, by way of conquering all those who stood in his path. A warrior who is said to have scarred history so deeply that you yourself may even discover that the great Khan himself could potentially be a distant relative. The story so far bringing us to this point in the season. In future episodes of Lost and Forgotten Treasures, we'll be stepping onto the warships of fierce, plundering pirates, searching for holy artifacts and attempting to translate ancient texts, as well as again going in pursuit of treasures that continue to evade all those who go in search. For now, if you'd like to take part in the journey by following Lost and Forgotten Treasures on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, just search for Lost and Forgotten Treasures. Once again, I'd like to thank all of you, the listeners, and I hope you'll join me on the next. For now, keep searching for your treasure, whatever it may be. Until next time. Join me next time for another episode of Lost and Forgotten Treasures. I'm your intrepid storyteller. Lost and Forgotten Treasures is an audiocast written and produced by me, Roger Adams, with the help, of course, from the internet, whose archives from multiple contributors have allowed me to research, interpret, and retell these stories. I hope you've enjoyed travelling with me through time, and whether you found some answers, liberated your ears, or merely just found this story intriguing, I hope you'll join me on the next. For now, keep searching for your treasure, whatever it may be. Until next time.